All right, guys, welcome back for a segment of Professor Hupp. I think it's called back on land. They called it Professor Hupp's Corner. Today, we're going to talk about some of the vital systems on board Courageous that make it work, and we're going to cover two of the big ones, two of the most important ones. I would say that what makes Courageous go, honestly, is the passion and fortitude of the four men on board who rowed day and night. To make her go through the water. That's propulsion, right? That's one set of circumstances. The other thing is the battery, which are down here in this one locker, and the water maker, which are over in this other locker. So we're going to review those today. Now, what you guys may not know is that I reached out to Atlanta Campaigns, to Carson and the folks, and Ian Fraser, and I said, hey, I'd like a job application when I get to Antigua. I'd be excited to work for you guys. But then I realized I would have to find, what job could I fill for them. Now, I got to thinking while I was rowing, and I thought maybe I could be the at-sea correspondent for Atlanta Campaigns. Come out here and cover what's going on the boats. I'd like to do that, of course, from a 62-foot catamaran and cruise from boat to boat and check in with the teams instead of actually being on board and living with them. So, maybe that's a role for me with Atlanta Campaigns. So, I'm gonna change some gear. I'm going to get dressed out. I'm going to come back, and this is going to be my audition tape, possibly for the folks at Atlanta Campaigns. I'll review some stuff on board. We'll watch Paul and Billy are on oars pushing the boat with a lot of passion, heart, and fortitude as we are just about 700 and some miles from Antigua. So off we go. All right, be back shortly with the details on the boat life. All right, guys, welcome back. As you can see, I've got my Talisker gear on to be, an at-sea reporter in this audition tape. So Chris Greco from Fernandina Beach writes to us, and he says, Professor Hupp, what is it that powers Courageous? I know on submarines you're used to nuclear reactors. Well, Chris, on here we don't have a nuclear reactor, as I'm sure you know. We have two lithium batteries in this compartment right here. I'm going to show them to you. This is battery 1. And battery 2, lithium batteries. They charge from the solar panels that are on the forward part up there and the aft roof of the boat, up to about 13.1, 13.2 volts. They are brought to us by the fine folks at Rannoch Adventure. They actually built Courageous. And here's a trivia question. If you answer in all caps, first person to answer in the comment section below, all caps, what British reality TV show was Courageous built for by Rannoch Company? If you answer that, you'll get a free Four from Home t-shirt from the Hawaiian Soap and Trading Company, if you can answer that. All right, which British reality TV show was Courageous built for? We didn't name her. They named her at Rannoch, and we kept the name. Charlie and Lizzie and the folks over there build incredible boats. If you're in the market for a new one, you got to go right to Rannoch. They make the best in the world. If you're in the market for a used boat, you're going to want to meet us in Antigua at the pier, because we're having a hot sale. As soon as we tie up, this baby's going to go to the first buyer, so for future use. All right, so the batteries charge up, and then they run this piece over here, the water maker. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. All right, next up is really the lifeblood of the whole boat, and that's to be able to make fresh water from seawater. And to do that, we have in this locker down here, we have a reverse osmosis. It's a Schenker Zen 30. Water maker, and what it does is it takes ocean water, it draws out of a locker underneath the boat, brings it through, and it squeezes that water through a diaphragm, and the salt stays on this side of the diaphragm and flushes out, and the fresh water. Cam, you want to kick on the water maker for me? There it goes. You can hear it running, and you'll hear it pop right there. And what it's doing is it's getting that salt out and flushing it overboard over here, and then the fresh water comes out of this tube right here, and we just put them in the bags. We each have a 10-liter water bag that we fill every day, and then that in turn is what the water we use to cook our food, the water we use to bathe, the water we use to drink, and that's really the lifeline of this whole thing. Now, should that Zen 30 electric water maker fail, we have a handheld that's in the bottom of the locker over here, and we can actually physically do the process by hand, but it's an endurance event just to do that. So we have been fortunate. We've had zero issues with our water maker on the run. We've changed the filter as required. Water is pure and clean, and we're in great shape. So with, what do you got mileage up there, Skipper Paul? 752 miles from Antigua, and we're in great shape. So now Jeff Eline from Reisterstown, Maryland, writes into the Professor Hupp show. He said, Hupp, I was looking at your bio and I noticed that you have, in the Navy, you were a PNCS parent SS / SW / AW closed parent USN. What the heck does that mean? Well, Jeff, let me give you the short answer to that is basically I was a Navy chief. And, you know, the Navy Chiefs make things work, right? Navy Chiefs try to fix things if they break, and they run things for the skipper and the crew on the boat. So I've had the honor and privilege to be chief of the boat here on Courageous, working for my skipper, Paul, and my crewmates, Billy and Cameron. And it's been a great run. I can't wait to get to Antigua and talk about it. It's been so much fun. So, all right, in the wrap up here, thanks to Atlantic Campaigns, to Carson and all the folks for making this adventure possible for us. It's just been amazing. It's hard to put in words, but we'll try when we get over there. And then thanks also to Talisker for choosing our team as one of the ambassadors this year with Parlay for the One for the Sea campaign. You notice I got my swag, just like all the good reporters with AC. I got my swag on, and I'm looking forward. I really was serious about wanting a job application there, folks, so hopefully they'll have one for me in Antigua. And this has been fun doing the Professor Hupp segments, and I look forward to seeing you guys when we get done with this run. All right, I'm off to make water for the next 45 minutes, which is what it takes for the rest of the crew for the rest of the day. See you guys soon.